Hello, my name is Erin Wimert, and I'm here today with an intermediate Vinyasa class focused on the root chakra. This is the first video of a 7-video series focusing on the 7 main chakras. Before we get started, you might want to have a couple blocks nearby. So if you've ever seen a picture of someone seated or standing with the rainbow dots running up their spine or lights running up their spine, those are the chakras, and they are spinning vortexes or wheels of energy that are associated with different body parts, different developmental stages that we go through. They're associated with different emotions, different states of mind. So when we learn about the chakras and how they relate to our physical body and how we experience them energetically, and just as we move through life, we can learn a lot about ourselves. So when we talk about balancing the chakras, we start at the bottom and we make our way up. So first chakra is the root chakra. And why this is the first one? Well, it's the first chakra to actually develop in the first 12 months of our lives. And it's all about feeling grounded, feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling steady and stable. The color of this chakra is red. Red is said to be vibrationally a slow moving energy, and it's associated also with the earth. The earth is the element for this chakra. So we're going to focus on basic shapes today, shapes that are familiar. You know, when things feel familiar, we feel more comfortable, we feel safer, and we're going to focus on the feet and the legs. Feet and the legs are the associated body parts for this chakra. So we're going to stretch them out. We're going to also build some strength in them. But we want to have that balance between strong and supple legs and feet. We want to feel like they're sturdy, they're stable, and also they're not carrying a bunch of tension in them, which can affect our ability to feel balanced on them. So that's where we're headed today. I know this is a lot of information to throw at you. I'll offer more as we go. But just know that there's so much information out there. I'm only able to give you a little bit without it being super overwhelming. So stay with me, and we're going to start with just a short meditation. So if you want to sit on a block, you're welcome to. And you might consider just switching out the crossing of your legs. Rest your hands on the thighs and allow your eyes to close. And just bring all of your awareness and your attention to the next breath in and out. And as you exhale, feel yourself completely drop into your body. Feel the body as sensation. When we connect to the physical body and feel at home in the physical body, we tend to feel more grounded, more sane, more connected to reality versus living up in the head. And that's the last chakra, but we'll not get into that today. So we want to feel in the body, at home in the body, and be almost hyper aware of how the body feels on the earth. And imagine that there is a red cord wrapped around the tip of your tailbone. And this red cord is going deep down into the center of the earth. Feel as this root or this cord pulls you down, your foundation becomes more stable. And when you have a stable foundation, you can rise up and expand either through the body or into other aspects of your life. Keeping all of our attention on our foundation. Feel that through this red cord or red root, you're drawing into the body earthy, grounding, nurturing energy. It's feeling that the earth is the source of everything that supports you. Anytime we feel anxious or nervous or fearful, we come back into the experience of the physical body when we connect to this giant ball of energy that supports us. We we can get re-rooted into reality, and things become more workable and manageable. Feel the dense, steady, sturdy surface beneath you, holding you up. Let's take another breath in. And just a patient exhale out. And gently open your eyes. And we're going to make our way into a tabletop. So place your palms flat on the ground and really spread your fingers wide. So at least in this moment, you can consider your hands as like your feet. We want to root down through all of your 10 knuckle pads and finger pads and take as much advantage as we can of connecting into the ground, of rooting into it. Feel the knees underneath the hips. Toes can be tucked or untucked, but whatever you choose, feel that you're committing to the ground. On your inhale, come into a slow cow pose. Front of the body is long and wide. As you exhale, push the ground away, tuck and round to cat. Let's do it again. Inhale, front of the body lengthens, crown lifts. Exhale to cat, tuck and round. Twice more like that. Push into the earth. Let's come back into a long spine. Tuck the toes and just hover your shins above the earth. And what I want you to feel here is just that the connection of something sturdy to root into brings stability to the entire body. It brings stability not just physically, but also energetically. So just recognizing the stability that we have. And slowly lower the knees down. Bring your knees to touch, tuck your toes under, and press the hips back. So when the feet are tight and there's a lot of constricted energy in them, that affects our ability to balance on them, to feel steady when we stand on them. But we also want the feet to be strong. So we're finding that balance of building strength and also releasing tension. Let's untuck the toes and press the hips back. You might be able to come upright, or you might be able to lean back and just stretch out through the tops of the ankles. If you're someone who has tight feet, if you run a lot, if you spend a lot of time on your feet, these two stretches are my go-tos. I love them. And I can really tell a difference when I do stretch out the top and the bottom of the feet. Slowly release. Tuck your toes. Lift your shins up and allow the heels to drop. So see if you can actually relax the calves here so that your heels can drop down. And you feel that stretch to the back of the heel into the calf. And then go ahead, lift your hips and bring your feet to about hip width. You can find a bend through the knees. You can let the arms dangle. You can weave your fingertips between the elbow creases. And you might start to feel a little sensation through your hamstrings now. If they feel a little cranky, just take some time to coax them open. And just feel the sensation of your legs as a whole unit. Your legs and your feet, your roots. On your inhale, find a halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold, maybe grab your calves and fold a little deeper. And it's inhale all the way up to stand, reach your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, collect the palms at the center of your chest. And just feel both of your feet fully grounded. So big toe mound, pinky toe mound, center of the heel. Notice if the knees are locked out. See if you can actually unlock the knees so that there's a really even flow of energy from the feet all the way up the legs. Tailbone draws down. Heart, head lift up. Let's release the arms. Inhale, stretch to the sky. And fold forward down to the ground as you exhale. On your inhale, find some length, reach to the top of the head, and then crawl forward to your high push-up. Again, allow your palms and your hands to almost be like your feet here, your second set of feet. Lift the heels up, lift your thighs up, and then commit to all 10 of your knuckle pads and finger pads. And see if you can shift your weight slightly forward. You can use your knees if you need. We'll lower all the way down to the ground. And then untuck your toes. One cobra, low, medium, or high when you're ready. And exhale to lower. Let's tuck the toes, lift the knees, big breath in. Exhale, press into that sturdy foundation beneath you and make your way into down dog. And even here, take advantage of gravity just by pedaling out the feet, feeling a deeper release to the backs of the legs. So there are tons of things that could cause us to fall out of balance with our root chakra, things like traveling, being sick, moving, a pandemic. Things that are out of our usual routine can cause us to become ungrounded. So coming back home into the body is just a really simple way of just connecting to what's really happening. Let's go ahead, float your right leg up towards the sky, bend your knee, and turn the knee skyward. Let the left heel drop. Take a big breath in. And let's go knee to chest, exhale, tuck and round. Back to three-legged, inhale, reach, and take a big step through. Drop the back knee down. So you can pause on your fingertips, or you might even use blocks. And just let the weight of your hips sink down and forward. Breathe into the front of your left hip. So we're doing a lot of basic shapes today, familiar shapes. We can find a lot of security and safety in familiar things. Let's take one more breath in. And as you exhale, draw the hips back, half splits. Either hips over knee or hips back to heel. And then feel that your roots, your feet are active. Draw all 5 toes back. Stretch the heel away. And just gently easing into this opening through the back of the leg. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale out. Crawl forward to your lunge, lift the back knee up, and then step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, get long out of the waist. Exhale, fold into yourself. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands to the heart. So, building a little heat in the thighs. We want strong legs. We want them to be sturdy, capable of holding us up, but we also want them to be supple. So there's this nice flow from the feet all the way through the tops of the thighs. Start to find a little pulse in your hips back. Just a little pulse. And as you build strength through the thighs, feel that at the same time, you're able to discharge and release tension, anxiousness, fear, concern out of the feet. It's like you're discharging any sort of fearful energy that might cause the legs to feel tight or locked up. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up, reach the arms high, and fold forward down to the ground. On your inhale, find some length and step your right toes back. Drop the right knee down. So we're just, again, starting this practice, remaining low to the ground. We will get moving. But again, we're just creating a sense of feeling really solid, steady, stable through lower body first. Breathe into the right hip flexors. Let's go ahead, pull back, half splits. Feel your left thigh bone pull back into its socket. One of the most grounding things we can do is rooting the thighs into their sockets. So you could think also like frog pose, happy babies. When we're removing pose, let's go ahead, come forward into your lunge. Ditch your blocks if you're using them and step to your plank. You can use the knees, you can come down to your belly or shift forward, go half or all the way. Inhale to your back bend, maybe knees and thighs lift. Press through the tops of your feet, strong roots. Exhale, downward facing, reach the thighs back. Let's take a big breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, your left leg floats. Bend the knee, turn it to the sky. Stay for the breath in, work your right hip crease back. Let's go knee to chest, exhale, tuck and round. Back to three-legged, inhale. Big step between your thumbs. And keep your feet hip width, or widen them to hip width if they're not yet, and rise up to high crescent. So even though we're on 2 feet, I still have to work here to balance. I have to commit to my feet. I have to stabilize my pelvis, strength through the legs. Now, the root chakra is said to be located at the base of the spine. It's this red, dense, solid orb of energy. It's not something you can actually see. It's something to be experienced. So imagine there's this red, dense orb of energy at the base of your spine pulling down. And as you get pulled down, you can rise up. Let's take a big breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth or blocks. We'll straighten both of our legs. Pyramid pose. And if you want, you can pick up the ball of your left foot, get into the calf a bit more. Again, take advantage of feeling your legs, each inch of them. Feel that they're strong here. Your quadriceps are engaging, but they're also supple. Inhale forward to your lunge and step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Take that length and fold in half. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Start to find a little pulse down. Feel that your thigh bones are pulling back into their sockets. Low belly pulls off the tops of the thighs. And get the heels really, really heavy here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up, reach, and fold down to the ground. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Step your left toes back. Make sure your feet are hip width. And rise up. So when the feet are in line with each other, we don't have a lot of room to take advantage of rooting into the earth. We don't have that access to surface area that we do when we go wider. As you bend into the front knee, work your right hip crease back. Feel the outer left hip wrap forward. Back heel lifts high. Feel your front heel and back toe squeeze together. Last breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth or blocks. Straighten both of your legs. And just take this time to notice, are you really rooted through both feet? See if you can commit more to your right big toe mound. If you did on the first side, you can pick up the ball of your front foot. And the energy of all these classes we'll be doing are going to be completely different from one another. The energy of this chakra is just solid, sturdy, familiar, strong base. Rebend the front knee and step to plank. This is all about strong foundation. Inhale, tip forward. Let's go half or all the way. Inhale to your back bend, committing to the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a big breath here. Exhale out. All right. So with this strong foundation established, we're going to start to make a little bit bigger shapes. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, big step through. Back heel spins down for warrior one. Sometimes I have to come upright to really just feel established through my feet. As you bend into the front knee, work that right thigh back. Dig through the outer edge of your left foot. It almost feels like your left inner arch is lifting. And then notice if it feels like you're locking out your back knee. We want to find that suppleness there so there's an even flow of energy from the bottoms of the feet to the tops of the thighs. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground. Chaturanga, or straight to down dog. Take an inhale through the nose and let it go. Left leg and heels up. Exhale, big step through. Drop the right heel and rise to warrior one. So it is possible to have an overactive root chakra where we're like addicted to security, addicted to safety. And then you might find that as like too much commitment to the earth, too much commitment to grounding. Feel if you're collapsing into your inner right arch, see if you can lift that up. So there's this balance of rooting into the earth, but also trusting it enough that we can rise up and expand. Last breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground. Chaturanga or nut. And take a big breath. And just sigh it out. Press through your palms, press through your feet. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, big step through. Back heel down, warrior one. Inhale, warrior two, exhale. Yeah, another really grounding pose, a familiar pose, one of the first ones that we learn. And just feel your feet. Notice if you're favoring one edge or the other. Work your right thigh back. Bend into your front knee. Put equal weight into your back foot. Full breath. Exhale, chaturanga, or straight to down dog. So as we do these shapes, we build heat in the legs. When we build heat in the legs, we're bringing awareness of the legs, and that's just all we're trying to do. Feel the feet, feel the legs, be aware of how they support us physically and energetically. Left leg in heels. Exhale, step between the thumbs. Right heel down. Let's inhale up, warrior one. Warrior two, exhale. And root down through your feet like roots trying to pull in, nurturing, supporting earthy energy. Because when we feel grounded, when we feel safe, then we can do anything. When we don't feel grounded, we don't feel safe, we don't try to work outside the box, we don't go outside of our comfort zone. Full breath, chaturanga, or straight to downward facing dog. All right, let's go right leg and heels up. Exhale, big step through. Warrior one, inhale, rise. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, right leg long. Reach forward and pivot your arms to 12 and 6 o'clock. Triangle pose. Great place for a block. You can grab a hold of your shin. So this is a little bit of a more challenging pose to balance in. One of the reasons is people lock out their knees. Unlock the knees. Commit to your feet. Inner arches are active. We're not collapsing into them. It's almost like you're using these connection points as like suction cups to hold on, to ground yourself. Last breath in, chaturanga or not. Focus your eyes, steady your gaze, breathe in, and let it go. Let's go left leg, inhales. Exhale, step between the thumbs, back heel down. Warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot. So we're just slowly adding on. It's a familiar road, it's a familiar journey. You know, like if you're somewhere you don't know where you are, you don't know the route you're taking, you're more alert. You're a little more on edge. But because it's familiar, we feel grounded, safe, and secure. Press through both feet. Unlock the legs. Last breath in. Exhale, chaturanga or not. Take an easy breath in through the nose and let it go. Same familiar route. Right leg inhales. Exhale, step through. Warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale the right leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot the arms, Trikonasana. Now, take your gaze down. Just take a moment to feel grounded in your body, sturdy, half moon. Feel free to utilize a block. Work the right hip crease back. Soften the right knee. And then charge, flex your left foot. Feel power radiate up the entire leg. Pull your left thigh bone into its socket. Now we're gonna take a really slow transition to standing splits. Imagine there's a thumb in your right hip crease, right hip back. Feel the outer left hip wrap down, slow and controlled. Right hip crease back, step to your lunge, chaturanga or down dog. Take a big breath in and out. Left leg inhales. Exhale, heel toe between the thumbs, back heel down. Then we inhale up. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot. Take your gaze down, just get super focused. And from this focused place, half moon, you can flex your top foot right off the bat. Pull your right thigh into its socket. Standing knee, a soft push down into your left foot. Feel the strong surface beneath you. Careful transition to our lunge, slow motion. As your right hip wraps down, left hip crease pulls back, 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 back. Step back, chaturanga, or straight to down dog. So we're not doing a ton of movement, but we're building a lot of heat by holding strong shapes. Right leg inhales. Exhale, step through. Left heel down. Then inhale up. Once you have your foundation, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot. Gaze is down, inhale. Slow motion, half moon, exhale. Pause for the breath in, expand. Exhale, bend your front knee, take the lightest step back, reverse warrior, inhale. Sink deep into your front knee as you exhale. Squeeze the right heel in the left arch. Strong legs hold you up. From that strong foundation, you can expand, big breath, exhale, chaturanga, or straight to downward facing dog. Just notice the shift in your overall energy, your overall emotional state. Synchronizing mind and body, feeling at home in the body, and really building a lot of strength in the legs. Inhale your left leg. Exhale, heel toe between the thumbs. Right heel down. Foundation first. Then we inhale to rise. Warrior 2, exhale. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot the arms. Gaze is down. Inhale. Half moon, slow motion, exhale. Pause for the breath in. Exhale, take the lightest step back. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, sink into your front knee. Put more weight in your back foot. From this sturdy stance, take a breath in, expand and reach. Exhale, a little different, hands to the ground. Back heel up. Walk your left foot to the left. Drop your back knee down. All right, so feel free to stay here. You can come down to the forearms. If you want to come into a quad stretch, you can circle the left arm back. Maybe you're just circling and opening, neck release. Take another inhale. Slowly release your back foot if you have it. Come to your fingertips. Lift your back knee up. Either jump, switch your feet, or keep it low impact, just step back, step forward. Again, your right heel is heavy on the ground, so if it's about to lift, move it forward more. And if you did it on the first side, you can circle the right arm back. If your right knee is opening, keep the ankle straight, flex the foot. And then carefully release your back foot if you have it. Come up to the palms or fingertips. Back knee lifts. Step your left foot into Malasana. And instead of just heading straight down into it, see if you can take this time to bounce down so your thigh bones have an opportunity to sink into their respective sockets. This pose is all about grounding energy. It's all about downward flow of energy. There's people who go to the bathroom this way in different countries. So this promotes downward flow. Again, connecting to the earth, that pull of gravity. Again, when we feel rooted, then we can rise and expand physically, also energetically. Let's take a deep breath in, and then lift your hips, and just straighten your feet out, bump your hips side to side. Let's go ahead, bring your feet to hip width, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to stand, reach, and hands to the heart. All right, so we're gonna move into tree pose, another quintessential root chakra pose. And just think about why strength and suppleness are important. If it was all strength, that knee would be locked out, there'd be tension stuck in different parts of the leg, and then we break, okay? If it was all suppleness, all softness, again, we wouldn't be able to hold ourselves up. So that balance between the two is really key. Shift the weight into your right foot. Left foot comes to ankle, calf. Usually we want to avoid the knee, maybe the inner thigh. And if bringing your foot to the thigh, you're really struggling with balance, bring it down to the calf of the ankle. We want to create a practice that's grounding, where we feel stable in our body. We feel grounded. And then from here, if you want, you can find a variation with your arms. Push down through your right foot. Right knee is unlocked. Tailbone pulls down. And as the tailbone pulls towards the earth, feel that the whole spine has a base to lift up and expand from. Find a focal point with your eyes. And then turn your knee forward and release as you exhale. Feel free to shake out that foot. Okay, so side 2, weights in the left foot. Right foot comes ankle, calf, or inner thigh. So before you start to expand into the shape, let balance be your first point of focus. Feel solid through the left foot and the left leg. Those are our first things that we want to look at and make a priority. And then we can explore. We don't feel like we have a solid foundation, whether physically or emotionally, energetically, we don't feel like we can explore, which is actually the next chakra. Firm your outer left hip in. Feel the earth holding you up, supporting you. You are supported. Take another breath. Exhale, turn the right knee forward and release. Feel free to shake it out. Big breath in, reach tall, fold to the ground, exhale. Take a halfway lift, inhale, either step or jump. You can make your way to chaturanga any way that you like. And take a big breath in and exhale out. All right, right leg inhales high. Exhale, step through, left heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Commit to the feet. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot. Inhale, your gaze is down. Feel supported by the earth. Half moon, slow motion. Exhale. Pause for a breath and expand. Get big. Exhale, start to step back lightly. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, or straight to down dog. Full big breath. And exhale out. Left leg inhales. Exhale, step between the thumbs, right heel down. Strong base. Then we inhale up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, reach and pivot the arms, Trikonasana. Gaze is down. Inhale. Half moon, slow motion, exhale. Pause for a breath in. Exhale, light step back. Reverse inhale. Chaturanga or not. So feel the difference in your movement between when you're grounded, it's really like controlled and focused, versus when you're anxious, your movements are sort of shaky and jittery. And just take a slow stroll to the top of your space. Let's come back into your ragdoll. Soft bend through the knees, slow and controlled, not rushed. Roll up to stand. Okay, so we're gonna work with a little bit more balancing, but we've put so much like hyper focus and attention on the feet and legs, feeling solid through them before moving into anything else. Hopefully this feels a little more workable for you. So go ahead, shift the weight into the right foot, pull the left knee in. And let's keep the right hand on the right hip. Some of you might stay here, and this is totally fine. Otherwise, see if you can reach down, grab the outer edge of your left foot, lift the chest, firm your outer right hip in, and extend the leg away. Again, left hip crease back, outer right hip hugs in. Maybe you stretch the right arm high. Strong but supple legs. Either open your knee or your leg out to the left, right arm to the right. Now feel that my pelvis isn't swaying to the left. It's not opening to the left. Feel your left sit bone pull down in line with the right. Let's bring everything back to center. Left arm high. Pass through warrior three briefly, just a few breaths. No rush, because you're grounded. You feel stable. You don't have to rush. Standing splits. Whew. Light landing if you can. You might even grab with your right hand your ankle, pull the chest to the thigh. Work your right hip back. Left glute fired up. Lift your left leg high. Deep breaths. Take the lightest step back to your lunge. You might grab your blocks, drop your left knee down. Either half splits or full splits. Now, if you're moving into half splits, you can just pull the hips back. If you're moving into full splits, let this be just as much about moving your right heel forward as it is about tucking your left toes under and scooting your left knee back. So we're respecting the hamstrings on the right leg, hip flexors, quad in the left leg. We're going back as much as we're going forward. And then just pause wherever you still feel grounded. You don't feel like you're going to have a panic attack. The sensation is not so intense that the nervous system is getting excited. Come back into that grounded state of mind. You're focused. You're connected to reality. You're respecting the body. You're feeling the body. You're living in your body. So all these shapes require strength, but also softness. Let's take another breath in. As you exhale, pull the heel back. Let's come into embryo pose. Let's curl into a little ball. Arms along your sides. Embryo pose. So the root chakra actually starts developing around second trimester through the first half of the year. And any sort of birth trauma can affect the root chakra. Any sort of disconnection from the parent, anything that would make a baby feel unsafe during those times can have an effect on its root chakra. Let's go ahead, find a slow roll up. And go ahead, come up to stand. No real graceful transition. We're just going to come to the top of the mat. All right. Side two, and then we're going to wind down. Weights in the left foot. Go ahead, pull the right knee up. Firm outer left hip in. Left hand to left hip. If it's there for you, you might reach for the outer edge of your right foot. Re-lengthen. Then maybe you extend. And as much as your right leg is stretching away from you, the top of the thigh is pulling back into the socket. Maybe left arm high. See if you can open the knee or the leg out. Left arm left. Push down into the left foot. Left knee soft. Strong, stable, focused energy. Let's bring it back to center. Maybe right arm high. Pass through warrior three, few breaths. Again, you don't have to rush it because you feel grounded. You feel steady. And then lightly land standing splits. You might bring, again, left hand to left calf or ankle. As you pull the chest to the thigh, work left hip crease back. Right glute and hamstrings fired up. Lift your right leg up. Last breath in. Exhale, light step back. You might grab your blocks. Right knee down. Half splits or full splits. So again, you can scoot the foot forward a few inches. Tuck back toe, scoot the right knee back. Scoot forward, reach back. Back toes can be tucked or not, personal preference, but feel that you're committing to the ground. Front knee unlocked. Left foot is active. So from the root all the way up to the top of the thigh, it's stable. One last breath here. And as you exhale, pull the heel back, embryo pose. And just feel gravity pulling you down. Feel it pulling you down physically, energetically. Feel the earth drawing out any sort of anxiousness from you. And just imagine that any sort of fear, tension is being burned up in the center of the earth. And place your palms down, lift up. We're going to move into a well-deserved half pigeon. Bring your right knee forward. Open it wide, about 2 o'clock. And you can, same thing as splits, you can tuck the back toe, scoot the left knee back. If you want, you can reach your right hand back, maybe come into a little bit of a quad stretch. You can bring this down to your form. The thighs did a lot of work for us today. At any point, you can release the foot and just settle in. Relax the right hip crease. Root of the left thigh heavy. Take one more breath cycle. And come on up. And we'll switch sides. You can either roll onto your right hip. If you need to go to down dog first, you can. And if you did on the first side, you can reach the left hand back, find a quad stretch. So you could think of creating this balance of strength and softness in the legs as like, two things it needs. Plants need sunshine and water. Sunshine is could be used as a metaphor for creating strength in the legs. And water could be used as a metaphor for stretching the legs, having suppleness in the legs. If you have too much of one, the plant dies. So I want to find that balance of sunshine and water, strength and softness. And this really goes for any part of the body. Let's take a full breath in and out. And as you come on up, let your hips fall to the left. Bring your right leg out to about 2 o'clock. And we'll just take a little bit of a side bend. Reach the right arm inside or on top of the leg. Left arm reaches up and over. Take a big breath. And exhale, come on out. Turn to your toes. Work the right hip crease back and fold. Slowly inhale up. And we'll switch sides. Bring the left leg out. Take a little side bend. Keep working your left thigh back into its socket. Feel that little hug through the outer hip. Inhale up. Turn to your toes. Left thigh back and then fold. Slowly inhale up. Bring your feet together. And then just grab onto your toes. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, just flutter your thighs down. Stretch. Slowly inhale up. Bring the knees together. Rock onto your back. And then bring the knees wide. Or you can come into happy babies, grabbing outer edges of the feet. You can also wrap your arms behind your knees. And just feel that as you pull down through the feet and press up at the same time, your thighs really root deep into their sockets. And just close your eyes. If it feels intuitive to find movement, you can. Take a slow breath in. And exhale, release. And drop your knees to the left. Bump your hips to the right. And place your left hand on top of your right thigh. And just feel how supportive simply putting the left hand on the thigh is. You could think of how weighted blankets are really comforting. They draw us down towards the earth, down with gravity. Again, this root chakra energy, it's heavy, it's dense, it's solid, stable, sturdy, grounding. And slowly release. We'll switch sides. Knees to the right. Bump your hips to the left. And place your right hand on top of the left thigh. So we obviously worked with our asana practice today to connect to this chakra. There's stones you can use, aromatherapy. There's different tones and sounds. Obviously also just being in places that are familiar, having a routine. And exhale to release. Center off your pelvis. And just knock your knees into center, feet flat on the ground. I just want to feel at the base of the pelvis is on the ground. Right knee at the sacrum. Just feel that it's rooted, it's supported. And start to just follow the breath in and out of the nose. We're going to end with a little bit of a pranayama practice, a grounding practice. And take a slow breath in through the nose, fill your lungs. And then take an ujjayi breath, slow exhale out of the nose and just pause. Breathe in slowly, gently through the nose. Through the nose, slow ujjayi exhale all the way out and then pause. Inhale through the nose, fill the lungs. Little different. Exhale halfway out and pause. Second half all the way out and pause. Full breath, fill the lungs. Gentle halfway out, ujjayi exhale and pause. They're not rushed. Second half all the way out of the nose and pause. Breathe in, no rush, fill up. Exhale 1/3 of the way and pause. Second, third, let it go and pause. No gripping in the shoulders, the throat. Final third all the way out and pause. Breathe in, final time, fill the lungs. Exhale 1/3 of the way and pause. Second, third, and pause. Final third all the way out and pause. Deep breath in and exhale. Feel free to extend your legs long. You can keep them as they are. And as you lay back, just imagine that you're laying in warm, red, earthy clay. Feel the clay form to fit your body. Feel the body heavy on the ground. Just notice if you feel any tension in the body, any gripping or holding, and have the intention to let go. Feel that it's safe to let go. I'll guide you out in just a couple minutes. And take a big breath in and just sigh it out. Feel yourself completely in your body. It's an awareness of sensation of your whole body. And start to find some intuitive movements. Just waking up bit by bit, And staying connected to the sensation of your body, the information that it has. And gently roll to one side. And just feel your existence in this moment and your complete right to be here, your right to take up space. And with your eyes still closed, we'll press up. And collect the palms, the center of the heart. Lengthen the spine and bow the chin in slightly. Maybe just a mental thank you to your body for showing up from a place of strength and also in a place of softening and surrendering. May the merits of our practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. And to you I bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this first video of our Chakra series. As I mentioned before, each class is going to have a completely different feel. You'll be able to experience your body moving in different ways and tuning into different energies of the different body parts. So thank you so much for joining. If you want to stay updated on all this content we're releasing, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave a donation, my info is in the movie notes. And I'm so excited to start this journey with you. Thank you.